Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kayla Lindsay coming at you with real estate tips and business tips. Now, today we're gonna go a little bit different. But have you heard about Zillow? Are they going bankrupt? Let's talk about it. So honestly, I don't know if you guys have been on the internet in the last few weeks or days, but there is a big bombshell story that has dropped that has been going bananas across the country, and that's talking about Zillow. That's right, good old Zillow. Now, whether you have positive or negative things to say about Zillow, Zillow has taken several different tracks when it comes to how they are doing their business. Now, if we think of how they started, what were they? They were a national MLS, right? That's basically what they were. They were a national multiple listing service that had access to pull all the information and data and put it in a more easily digestible and usable format. That's why buyers love going there. That's also why sellers like going there, but they took an extra twist. Then they started adding in, well, let me tell you what your home value is, right? Now, us as agents, if you're an agent watching this, an investor watching this, you know that Zestimates are a pile of dog crap. Let's just face it. They're usually completely off. They're either way undervalued or way overvalued. And the reason for that is it's just a computer going through and saying, these are some similar properties, and here's what they're valued at. But guess what? Do our sellers love looking at their Zestimate, or do they love looking at their Zestimate? If you answered both to that, then you are also correct. The challenge is that when we walk in and tell them that it's not actually accurate and they want to get that price, it could be a challenging discussion. Now it moved even further, right? Then a while back, Zillow decided, you know what, we're gonna start buying properties and we're gonna compete with companies like Open Door, Knock, etc. Those are gonna be our competitors, but we're gonna jump in this space because we already have the followers. And what happened? Left and right sellers were deciding, let's go ahead and just sell to Zillow, because obviously we're gonna get a better price because we have this Zestimate, and obviously they're just gonna buy it as is and we can move out whenever we want. They figured out a niche that catered to the buyers that desire that kind of service, right? So they found the sellers that said, hey, we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna stay in our house. We're gonna keep shopping for another home. You know what, we wanna stay here as long as we possibly can. And Zillow, you said that you're gonna buy it. No matter what, here's the price you're going to pay. Thank you. Now, things got more interesting though. At first, they weren't getting as many deals done because guess what? The market wasn't as competitive. But what have you guys noticed? I know I've noticed this and I'm gonna give my opinion on it. Take it for what it is. Zillow started making offers that even myself and the agents on my team, we would scratch our heads going, I mean, yeah, I'd take that offer too. Because there's no way if we put it on the open market, you're gonna get that price. We were talking back in March, January of 2021, a little bit actually into 2020, where they were getting these obscene offers on properties, not even on market. And to be honest, when we started comparing the prices, if this was back 2018, 2019, a real estate agent could beat the price. And when I say beat the price, I mean beat the net income that the actual seller would receive if we put it on the open market compared to any iBuyer program. Because let's talk about what an iBuyer program is, right? iBuyers, they come in, they purchase the property either to resell it after doing some renovations or to hold it for long-term hold. So what does that mean? That means offers that are coming in from these individuals or groups are usually going to be under market value. Reason being, they're a business. They're giving the service of, yes, we'll pay cash and you can move out at any time, but what they get in return is a lower price of an off-market sometimes property, because a lot of these people go in direct, right? Sometimes an off-market property, or if it is on market, they need to make sure they make up the margins. So what started happening is we came into 2020, 2021, and now nearing into the end of 2021 when this is being recorded, we have iBuyers and investors everywhere. Every listing that is put on the market has had, at least in our experience, has had multiple investor offers. Now, normally investor offers are going to be under value, right? They're going to be under the asking price. It got to a point where we're getting $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 over the asking price. Now, in a lot of cases, we've had sellers that are like, I don't know, let's just try the price. And honestly, against my better judgment, because I'm trained on how to appropriately price properties, some of them are going, yeah, you know what? Let's just throw it out there. Let's see what happens. Because at the end of the day, the market will determine where it needs to be, right? Well, guess what? The market used to be determined by homeowners, by buyers that actually were moving into the properties, could afford the properties, didn't have to come up with extra cash. They were determining, based upon their offers and where things would close at, what the market could yield. But here's what's happening. You've got companies like Open Door, Knock, Zillow, who we're gonna get back to here in a second, and other investing companies that are coming out that are offering obscene prices. And what it's doing is, instead of the market doing a nice gradual increase, they are completely overinflating the market to the point that really no buyer coming in, or very few, are having luck if they don't have extra cash. Like, unless they have extra cash, they can make up some of the difference of appraisal values. It's not happening. And a lot of sellers know that, and that's why they're leaning more towards taking investor offers, because they don't want to have to deal with, oh, it didn't appraise, oh, we want repairs, right? They want their money and they want to get out. And I completely understand. I'm right there with you. For buyers, it becomes challenging. So that brings us to the most recent news. And I'm going to read the headline to you. You probably already know what I'm talking about. But Zillow to stop flipping homes for good, as it stands to lose more than $550 million. Million with an M. $550 million. And it will lay off a quarter of its staff. Now, in case you guys don't know this, Zillow employs a lot of people. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, what went wrong? How is this happening? Let's think about this. There's a few theories that are out there, and I don't think they have quite been summarized by Zillow as being the end-all be-all. But think about back in 2020, 2019. Zillow was starting its programs and really ramping it up and making offers on properties. Now, let's say 2 years ago, they purchased a property for $200,000. Now, over the next couple of months, what they've done is, all right, now we've increased prices in our offers, and they've bought multiple properties around the original property. Now, what's going to happen is, although they might be paying a little bit more for this last, or let's say the 12th property they purchased, maybe they went $20,000 over asking price. And maybe they purchased this one, which is very similar to the one they bought 2 years ago, for $300,000. That's a $100,000 difference. Now, here's the caveat. Now they can sell this one and sell all the subsequent ones, and guess what? They've created their own comp of $300,000. How crazy is that? They have literally manipulated the market to the point that if they start selling off these properties, they've already manipulated it to the point that they're going to earn or net far more than what they purchased it for. So here's the question. Do they really stand to lose $550 million? Or is this all a part of the plan? Now, here's the thing. Whether they actually are going to lose that money, which you can't really lose it, right? They're invested in real estate, so they can't necessarily lose it. But if they really do stand to lose more than $550 million, is it them losing it? Or is it them reporting losses this year and then selling off next year and having gains? Mind you, with the way that it was put into play in 2000, I believe it was 2008, 2009, it was written into law under the Obama administration that you can carry forward your losses for several years. So what they might be doing is trying to offset some of their gains by taking all the losses in 1 year. Now, I'm curious to hear what your theory is. Are they going bankrupt? Are they going ahead and they're going to lose $550 million? Are they actually going to lay off staff? Or are they going ahead and taking a loss this year and carrying those losses forward as they start selling off their inventory and taking the gains? You know where I stand on that. I'm pretty sure they purposefully manipulated the market because they own all those properties and they're going to sell them for higher. But I'm so curious. Put the comments below. What is your theory on Zillow? What is going on with that? Because I want to find out. So I hope you guys got a couple of nuggets, a little bit of history on what's going on with Zillow and how they have come to be. And I look forward to hearing some of your theories. Thanks, you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're going to have a follow-up video on this after I hear some of your guys' feedback. Thanks so much.